Chapter 1. The Magic Money Tree. Once upon a time, in a small little town called Dimesburg, there awaits a beautiful, enormous tree called the Magical Money Tree. As weird as it sounds, it didn't grow coins or bills, but it produced something very special and magical: seeds of financial wisdom. Every spring, the Magical Money Tree would release these seeds, ready to be planted by the youngsters of Dimesburg. As the daybreak over Dimesburg one beautiful morning, a group of bizarre youngsters gathered around the Magic Money Tree, eager to see what treasures it had in store for them. They observed in awe as the tree gently swayed in the breeze, its branches decorated with bright green leaves and clusters of golden seeds. "Oh my gosh, look, look!" exclaimed Penny, pointing up at the tree. "It's the Magic Money Tree." The youngsters gasped in excitement as they spotted the shiny seeds snugged among the branches. Each seed seemed to sparkle with promise, calling forth the youngsters to come closer and discover its secrets. "What are those things?" asked Nickel, blinking up at the tree. "The Magic Money Tree. They're seeds of financial wisdom," explained Mr. Dollar, the wise old planter of Dimesburg. "The Magic Money Tree releases them every spring to teach us about the importance of money management." "Wow!" exclaimed Des. "I want to plant one." With Mr. Dollar's guidance, the youngsters carefully plucked the seeds from the branches and rested them in their hands. They could feel the weight of responsibility in each seed, knowing that they held the key to their financial future. "Remember," said Mr. Dollar, "these seeds are more than just seeds. They represent the choices we make with our money and the goals we strive to achieve. Plant them with care, nurture them with patience, and watch them grow into something truly astonishing." With hearts full of excitement and determination, the youngsters set off to find the most ideal spot to plant their seeds. They dug holes in the mushy ground, gently placed the seeds inside, and covered them with soil, whispering words of encouragement as they patted the ground. "Hold on a minute. Hold up," said Jazz, staring up at the Magic Money Tree with a dazzling smile. "And when our trees bear fruit, we'll know that we've learned the lessons of the Magic Money Tree well." And so, in the town of Dimesburg, below the observant stare of the Magic Money Tree, the youngsters started on a journey of financial revelation, eager to see what wonders the future would present. Chapter 2. Sowing Seeds of Substance. Introducing Quarterlay, an ambitious and adventurous chickadee who lived in Dimesburg. Quarterlay loved exploring the forest, dashing through the trees, and gathering berries for the winter. But more than anything, Quarterlay envisioned expanding her own forest, a forest of financial stability. One beautiful day, as Quarterlay was skylarking with other chickadees hanging out underneath the Magic Money Tree, she glimpsed something bright snuggled among the fallen leaves. It was a bright-colored seed, sparkling in the sunlight. Fascinated, Quarterlay and others collected the seeds, and Quarterlay cradled it in her grasp. "Oh, wait! What's this?" marveled Quarterlay, turning the seed over in her hands. "Is it really? Oh my! It really is a magical seed." With a feeling of excitement stirring in her belly, Quarterlay decided to plant the seed in her garden. She dug a tiny hole in the ground, tucked the seed inside, and covered it with soil. Then, she watered the soil and waited, heart pounding with great expectation. A week passed, and Quarterlay attended to the seed with caution and patience. And then, one glorious morning, she observed a tiny green shoot emerging out from the soil. The seed had sprouted. "Oh yeah!" exclaimed Quarterlay, flying with joy. "It's growing! Yay! It's really growing!" As the days turned into weeks, the tiny shoot grew into a sturdy plant, its leaves unfolding in the warm sunlight. Quarterly watched in wonder as her plant flourished, its roots digging deep into the ground. Through this simple act of sowing and planting a seed, Quarterly learned a valuable lesson. By saving her berries and planting them wisely, she could grow a forest of financial stability. Just like the magic money tree, she realized that with caution, care, and patience, her savings could blossom into something truly amazing. From that day forward, Quarterly became known as the savviest chickadee in all of Dimesburg. She continued to gather berries for the winter, but now she also set aside a portion of her harvest for planting. And as she watched her garden grow, Quarterly knew that she was building a brighter future. One berry at a time. The magic of budgeting. In the nice, comfortable, and pleasant treehouse next to Quarterly's garden, Peter the rabbit lived with his family. Peter ate carrots more than anything in the world, but he often found himself in a bit of a jam when it came to handling his carrot stash. No matter how many carrots Peter stashed away, it always seemed like they disappeared into thin air. By the end of the week, his carrot pantry would be empty, and Peter would find himself yearning for just one more crispy, crunchy bite. One day, as Peter was pouring out his carrot troubles to his wealthy old uncle, he smiled and said, "Peter, my nephew, it sounds like you need a little magic in your life. Let me teach you the secret of budgeting." With a twinkle in his eye, Peter's uncle explained the concept of budgeting, dividing his carrots wisely and setting aside some for the future. He showed him how to create a simple budget, assigning a portion of his carrots for each week every Sunday for 52 weeks. Every year, Peter decided to intentionally increase your carrot stockpile, adding to it week by week. Peter's uncle explained, "This gradual accumulation enables you to have a larger supply of carrots, empowering you to plan your meals more effectively as your stash expands annually." Peter listened intently as his uncle shared his wisdom, his ears perked up with eagerness. He couldn't wait to try out this magical budgeting trick for himself. From that day forward, Peter intentionally followed his uncle's advice. Every Sunday evening, he would sit down with his carrot stash and add his weekly portion excited. He labeled each portion with the day of the week. "More carrots comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently on a weekly basis," shouts Peter. As the weeks went by, Peter noticed a remarkable change. No longer did he find himself running out of carrots before the end of the week. With the magic of budgeting on his side, Peter's carrot stash seemed to increase more than ever before. And so, with a little bit of wisdom from his uncle and a touch of magic in his budgeting skills, Peter never went hungry again. He learned that by planning ahead and managing his resources wisely, he could enjoy a lifetime of abundance and satisfaction. At the end of the 52 weeks, Peter had 1,378 carrots. Chapter 4. Earning intelligently and spending wisely. Down the twisting path from Dimesburg, Dreamer the fox made his home in a cozy hideaway tucked away among the trees. Dreamer had high hopes of owning a bright, shiny new bike, but yet he understood that bikes didn't come cheap. Determined and motivated to make his dream a reality, Dreamer set out on a mission to earn his own money. Early one Saturday morning, as Dreamer was considering his options, he had a brilliant idea: a lemonade stand. With a gleam in his eyes and a skip in his stride, Dreamer set out to work by gathering supplies and setting up his stand. As the aroma of freshly squeezed lemons traveled through the air, the residents of Dimesburg began to flow in, drawn by the promise of cool, refreshing lemonade. Dreamer greeted each customer with a heartfelt smile and a joyful expression. "Welcome to Dreamer's lemonade stand." Throughout the day, Dreamer worked diligently, pouring lemonade, making change and chatting with his customers. And as the sun descended below the horizon, he counted up his earnings with a sense of fulfillment. With each passing day, Dreamer's lemonade stand expanded in popularity, and before long, he had saved up enough money to buy his dream bike. But Dreamer had also learned a valuable lesson along the way: the importance of spending wisely. Instead of rushing out to buy the first bike he saw, Dreamer took the time to research his options, comparing prices and reading reviews. He wanted a bike that was not only bright and new, but also firm and dependable, a bike that would last him for years to come. After much deliberation, Dreamer finally found the perfect bike, and with a sense of satisfaction, he handed over his hard-earned money. As he pedaled through the streets of Dimesburg on his bright, shiny new bike, Dreamer couldn't help but smile. He had achieved his goal through hard work and determination, but he had also learned the importance of spending wisely, choosing quality over quantity, and saving for rainy days. And so, with his pockets a little lighter, but his heart more merry, Dreamer the Fox rode off into the sunset, ready to embark on his next adventure. Chapter 5. Sharing and Giving Back. As the seasons changed and the warm breeze of spring filled the air, the young residents of Dimesburg once again gathered under the stretched-out branches of the magic money tree. They had come a long way since they first planted their seeds of financial wisdom, and now, as the tree bloomed with new life, they had much to share. One by one, the youngsters stepped forward, sharing their stories of saving, budgeting, earning, and spending wisely. They spoke of the oppositions they had faced and the lessons they had learned along the way. And as they listened to each other's stories, they realized that true wealth came not just from what you have, but from what you give. With this newly discovered understanding, the youngsters looked around at the abundance of the magic money tree, its branches heavy with golden seeds of financial wisdom. They knew that they had been blessed with the opportunity to learn, grow, develop, and they felt a deep sense of gratitude in their hearts. Together, they decided to roll out the magic of money management far and wide, planting seeds of financial wisdom in the hearts and minds of others. They set out into the town of Dimesburg, equipped with knowledge and determination, eager to share their newly discovered wealth with those in need. They visited schools and community centers, hosting workshops and seminars to teach others about the importance of saving, budgeting, earning, and spending wisely. They shared their stories and experiences, motivating and inspiring others to take control of their finances and build a brighter future for themselves and their families. As Mr. Dollar would say, take control of your money, because if you don't take control of it, someone else will and you won't like it. And as they planted seeds of financial wisdom in the minds of others, the youngsters felt a sense of excitement and fulfillment unlike anything they had ever experienced before. They knew that they were making an impact in the world, one seed at a time. And so, under the cozy shade of the magic money tree, surrounded by friends and loved ones, the young residents of Dimesburg vowed to continue their journey of financial empowerment, sharing their wealth and wisdom with all who crossed their path. For they knew that true wealth was not measured in coins or bills, but in the lives they touched and the seeds they planted along the way. Chapter 6. Adventures in Investing. One sunny day, a group of Dimesburg young residents embarked on an exciting adventure to the bustling city of Coinopolis. With their eyes wide with wonder and their hearts bursting with excitement, they set out to explore the world of investing. As they wandered through the bustling streets of Coinopolis, they stumbled upon a unique little shop tucked away in a corner alley. Above the door hung a sign that read, "Mr. Frog's Financial Marketplace." Captivated, the children pushed open the door and stepped inside, greeted by the sight of shelves lined with books and charts, and a wise old frog seated behind the counter inn. "Welcome, young adventurers," exclaimed Mr. Frog, his voice warm and wise. "I am Mr. Frog, your guide to the world of investing." The youngsters gathered around Mr. Frog, curious to learn. With patience and tender care, he began to teach them about stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, explaining how each investment vehicle worked and the risks and rewards associated with them. As they listened intently, the youngsters felt a sense of excitement building within them. They realized that investing was like planting seeds of financial wisdom, watching them grow and flourish over time. Determined to grow their money even more, the youngsters combined their savings together and set out to create a diverse investment portfolio. They carefully selected a mix of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, spreading their risk and increasing their potential for growth. And as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, months turned into a year, the youngsters watched with amusement as their investments began to grow. They learned valuable lessons about patience, risk, and the power of compound interest, lessons that would stay with them for a lifetime. With Mr. Frog's guidance, the youngsters embarked on a journey of financial empowerment, confident in their ability to navigate the exciting world of investing. And as they returned to Dimesburg, their hearts full of knowledge and their minds whispering with possibilities, they knew that they were ready to face whatever financial adventures lay ahead. As their financial knowledge developed and their confidence increased, the youngsters of Dimesburg experienced tricky traps and problems along the way. But armed with the wisdom of their mentors and the lessons from the magic money tree, they learned to maneuver through these challenges with great confidence and flexibility. One day, as they wandered through the busy streets of Dimesburg, the youngsters came across a flashy store with bright lights and colorful signs. Enticed by the promise of instant gratification, they proceeded inside, eager to see what treasures awaited them. But as they browsed the shelves filled with shiny gadgets and trendy toys, they felt a lingering sense of unease. They knew that spur-of-the-moment purchases could lead to regret and financial burdens, so they halted to think before making any decisions. "Is this something I really need?" asked Bailey, holding up a shimmering doll. "Or is it just something I want in the moment?" added Zai, staring at a flashy gadget. Together, they deliberated over the advantages and disadvantages, taking into consideration their priorities and long-term goals. In the end, they decided to walk away empty-handed, knowing that true wealth came from rational spending and wise choices. As they continued on their journey, the youngsters faced other traps and opposition along the way: high-interest debt, get-rich-quick schemes, and offers that seemed too good to be true. But with the guidance of their mentors and the lessons from the magic money tree, they learned to recognize these dangers and steer clear of them. They understood that building financial stability required patience, discipline, and careful planning. They set goals for themselves and worked diligently to accomplish them, never losing sight of the lessons they had learned along the way. And so, as they walked hand in hand through the streets of Dimesburg, the youngsters knew that they were well equipped to face whatever challenges life threw their way. With the wisdom of their mentors and the lessons from the magic money tree guiding them, they were ready to navigate the twists and turns of the financial journey with confidence and grace. Chapter 8: Setting Goals and Dreaming Big. Back in Dimesburg, the youngsters gathered once again beneath the cozy, breezy shade of the magic money tree. As they sat together, enjoying in its gentle glow, they reflected on their journey of financial revelation and realized the importance of setting goals and dreaming big. With the wisdom they had gained from their adventures, the youngsters understood that having clear, smart goals was the key to unlocking their dreams. They knew that by setting specific, achievable targets, they could focus their efforts and make their desires a reality. "I want to save up for a trip to the Great Smoky Mountain," exclaimed Jaden, her eyes glittering with enthusiasm. "I've always dreamed of exploring its magical forest and meeting the creatures that dwell within." "I want to start my own business," declared Jordan, his voice bursting with determination. "I've got a great idea for a lemonade stand, and I'm ready to turn it into a reality." "I want to help others in need," said Chrissy, her heart filled with compassion. "I've seen how financial struggles can affect families in our community, and I want to make a difference." And so, with their dreams and desires laid out before them, the youngsters set to work creating savings plans, budgeting wisely, and working hard to accomplish their goals. They knew that it wouldn't be easy, but they were determined to endure, fueled by the knowledge that their efforts would lead them closer to their dreams. As they looked up at the branches of the magic money tree, its golden leaves sparkling in the sunlight, the youngsters felt a sense of hope and possibility wash over them. They knew that with clear goals and unwavering determination, anything was possible. And so, under the watchful stare of the magic money tree, the youngsters of Dimesburg vowed to dream big, work smart, and never give up on their dreams. For they knew that with the power of goal setting and the magic of dreaming big, the sky was truly the limit. Chapter 9. Building a Prosperous Financial Path. As the years passed and the seasons changed, the youngsters of Dimesburg grew into responsible adults, their hearts filled with the wisdom and strength they had gained from their adventures under the magic money tree. Equipped with the knowledge and skills they had obtained along the way, they set out to navigate the complex world of finance with great zeal, boldness, and determination. They used their savings to pursue higher education, start businesses, and support their families, laying the foundation for a bright, prosperous financial path. Some pursued careers in finance, becoming bankers, financial advisors, insurance brokers, real estate brokers, and entrepreneurs, while others found success in fields ranging from technology to healthcare. But no matter where their paths led them, they never forgot the lessons they had learned underneath the comfortable, cozy shade of the magic money tree. They continued to budget intelligently, save earnestly, and invest purposefully, knowing that these habits were the key to long-term financial success. And as they watched their wealth grow over the years, they never lost sight of the importance of giving back to their community. They volunteered their time and resources to local schools, charities, churches, mentored young entrepreneurs, and supported initiatives aimed at promoting financial literacy and empowerment. They knew that by planting seeds of financial wisdom for future generations, they could help create a world where everyone had the opportunity to achieve their dreams. And so, as they looked back on their journey from wide-eyed youngsters to zealous adults, the residents of Dimesburg felt a sense of satisfaction and gratitude for the lessons they had learned and the lives they had touched along the way. For they knew that with the power of knowledge, the magic of enduring, and the spirit of generosity, they could build a bright, prosperous financial path not just for themselves, but for generations to come. And underneath the branches of the magic money tree, they pledged to continue their journey of financial empowerment, one step at a time. Chapter 10. Spreading Prosperity. Sharing Wisdom. Inspired by their own adventure to financial literacy and the transformational power of knowledge, the youngsters of Dimesburg felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunities they had been granted. They knew that their adventure had been made possible by the guidance and support of their mentors and the lessons they had learned along the way. Determined to pay it forward and empower others to take control of their financial futures, the youngsters teamed up together to share their knowledge with their families, friends, and neighbors. They organized workshops and seminars, inviting members of the community to learn about the importance of saving, budgeting, and investing intelligently. With excitement and passion, they taught their fellow citizens the fundamentals of financial literacy, from creating a budget to understanding the basics of investing. They shared their own encounters and lessons learned, offering practical tips and strategies for building a prosperous, secure financial future. But their efforts didn't stop there. The youngsters also acknowledged the importance of creating a supportive community where everyone had the opportunity to flourish financially. They formed support groups and discussion forums where individuals could come together to share their goals, challenges, and successes. Through their collective efforts, the youngsters of Dimesburg ignited a chain reaction of positive impact, spreading knowledge and empowerment throughout their community. They knew that by working together and lifting each other up, they could build a stronger, more powerful society where everyone had the opportunity to accomplish their dreams. And so, underneath the branches of the magic money tree, surrounded by friends and neighbors, the youngsters of Dimesburg pledged to continue their mission of sharing wealth and spreading knowledge. For they knew that true prosperity came not from hoarding wealth, but from sharing it generously with others. And with each lesson taught and each life touched, they moved one step closer to building a prosperous, brighter, more equitable future for all. Chapter 11. Confronting Unforeseen Hurdles. As the youngsters of Dimesburg continued on their financial journey, they soon discovered that life was full of unexpected twists and turns. From sudden job loss to unforeseen medical emergencies, they encountered obstacles that tested their strength and determination. But armed with the knowledge and skills they had acquired over the years, the youngsters were prepared to face these challenges spot on. They grasped the importance of creating and maintaining an emergency fund, a safety net to secure them in times of need. And they had taken precaution to ensure they were financially prepared for life's uncertainties. When Mariah unexpectedly lost her job, she was originally filled with anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. But thanks to her emergency fund, she was able to cover her expenses while she looked for a new job. And when Tuan's family faced a medical emergency, they were relieved to have health insurance to help cover the costs of treatment. As they maneuvered through these unforeseen challenges, the youngsters obtained strength from each other and from the lessons they had acquired beneath the cozy, breezy shade of the magic money tree. They knew that life was unpredictable, but they were certain in their ability to weather the storm. And so, with great strength and assured determination, the youngsters faced each obstacle as it surfaced, knowing that they were well prepared for whatever life threw their way. They acknowledged that setbacks were a natural part of the process, but with a positive mindset and the right resources, they could overcome any obstacle and continue on their journey to financial security and success. Chapter 12. Leaving a Legacy. As the youngsters of Dimesburg grew into adults and started families of their own, they pondered on the wisdom acquired and the journey they had embarked upon. They understood the importance of leaving a legacy, a lasting impact that would benefit future generations long after they were gone. With this in mind, they made a pledge to teach their own children the valuable lessons they had learned about money management and financial literacy. They shared tales of their adventures beneath the magic money tree, imparting wisdom and knowledge that would empower the next generation to make wise financial decisions. They taught their children the importance of saving, budgeting, and investing smartly, instilling in them the principles of economy, caution, and responsibility. And they encouraged them to dream big, to set ambitious goals, and to work smart to achieve their desires. But their efforts didn't stop there. The youngsters of Dimesburg also acknowledged the importance of giving back to their community, of investing in resources to support endeavors and projects that would positively impact future generations. They donated their time and resources to education, entrepreneurship, and social causes, knowing that these investments would yield dividends far into the future. And as their gaze stretched across the horizon toward a future filled with promise and possibility, the youngsters of Dimesburg felt a sense of accomplishment and gratefulness for the legacy they were creating. They knew that by passing on the lessons they had acquired and by investing in the well-being of their community, they were securing an amazing, more prosperous future for generations to come. Thus, with hopeful hearts and arms reaching toward the future, the youngsters of Dimesburg committed to continue their quest of financial empowerment, knowing that their efforts would leave a lasting legacy for all who followed in their footsteps.